It's that time of the week again, people. It's Monday. What's Jeff rolling today? Some Kiss My Ass, Kiss tribute, Kiss covers, and right now you're listening to Anthrax covering She. Mark Kennefick knows the score. He knows. Got some Kiss going on. I thought Mark Kennefick, though, you hated Kiss. I don't know why that's filed away in the old Jeff brain. I don't know. Am I going to get... I don't know if I'm going to get canceled, so I'm going to turn that down. Hello. Happy Monday, everyone. We got Hans, we got Mark, we got Zach. If I could call you Zachary, you were in Chattanooga all day. I didn't run into you, but you were saying you're in the chat. In the chat. Yeah, the Chattanooga. And for work, I assume you come in here frequently for the works. For the works. Glad we could have you. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day here. Hello, Kevin, Mike, Ray, Pizza Giraffe. I said hi to Hans. Got a box from Levidian today. Oh, yes, I know what that is. Mine's on the way. I mean, I'm assuming what it is. If you got that Levidian box, you probably got that child. He probably showed up alone. Oh, wait, no, he's with strangers. I assume that's what you got. I haven't seen any pictures of the limited, only the lettered. The lettered, it's so funny. That's a lettered edition that has been shared widely. I've seen so many pictures of that Levidian lettered edition. Pretty wild because a lot of people love it. I mean, it's probably like 100% of the people who got it love it. And probably like 100% of the people who didn't get it love it, want it. Alexia's here. Andrew's here. Hello. I probably will get canceled sooner or later. Kiss. Yeah, sucks. I knew that's what you were about, Mark. I knew it. I better move this before Sean, not Sean Lynch. Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. complains about the angle. Hello, number one, Mike. Yeah, Mike says his is on the way. His child alone with strangers. I got my child, and he is alone with some strangers and the Ark of the same title, the Ark. You're an Ark boy. I fly in there often, but normally fly back to Atlanta right away. My girl also flies, and she had an overnight there, so it's only about a 1.5 hour drive. I know. So you fly into Chattanooga from Atlanta? Atlanta? Yeah, I'm going through my fourth puberty. I think I also got an Ark from Philip. Okay, so someone's going to be all a Sabbath resident, maybe. So no one is safe. Ark, perhaps. Hello, Mike, Mitch, Max, Jeff, Jill, and everyone else. I don't want to say all the names. A lot of names. I'm awaiting that book as well. Oh, man. It's terrific is here. Tim's here. Tim is up in the place, up in his house. He did a Mickey 7 review. I didn't see it, Tim. I wanted to see it. But, Tim, you're kind of in a trick bag on those sorts of things. I know I've been there. You got comped a Mickey 7. Can you say anything bad about that book? No, you can't. You can't. Plus, they got you on the dangle. Now, I'm not saying you gave a false review, Tim. No, I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth. I'm just saying that is a trick bag. Because you can't say anything bad about Mickey 7 because... they got you on the dangle with third rule of time travel. And that's a trick bag, man. You got to be like, oh, I love the book and the production's amazing because Diana's watching. She's like, we gave you that book and that came with a price. She's sitting there sharpening a knife. Yeah, Tim, it is terrific. I'm kidding. For Delta, I do. Wow. Those Levidian lettered are gorgeous. I wish I could afford and that they held their value. Nothing holds its value anymore. It's like there's I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's not it's not an investor's game right now. If you're a speculator in books, you're going to have to move on to NFTs or Bitcoin, something else. You're going to have to go to something else because the investment opportunities with small press just are not there. I mean, nothing's holding its value. So you got to buy the book because you love the book. And so we might see a point where all these publishers have unsold stock, unsold inventory, instead of these reduced prices on the secondary where people are dumping the books. Because we're going to get to a point where you're like, oh, I could spend, I saw Gone South for like $100, which is disgusting. That is an amazing production from Levidian. But you're going to get to a point where people are like, oh, I could just wait for somebody to dump it on the secondary and I'll get it for cheaper. And then after a while, those people who are buying to sell it won't do it anymore, and they'll just move on to like Beanie Babies or something. And everybody else, and then the publisher's just going to be holding stock. It's my theory. I don't know. We're not going to see as quick sellouts, and but the secondary market then will just get cooler because people won't be turning around, but nobody's going to sell above retail, because if you could just get it from the publisher at retail, why would you buy in the secondary for above retail? Unless you're a moron. I mean, there's those. I came up with a great thing that I have a timestamp on the text. I know exactly when I coined this phrase, but I said the eye of moron. Somebody got a tickle out of it. Somebody in the group I was messaging got it. The eye of moron, which is mine, is my eye. Just one. My other eye's fine. But the right eye is the eye of moron. Saw someone online yesterday asking for a lettered Levidian book and was willing to pay $250 to $300. Can't remember the title though, but it retailed for $950. Wow. The Dirt is a good movie. Is that Motley Crue? Saw that too, Mike. Thought it was a bit ridiculous, to be honest. Yeah. People are just... I see this all the time. I don't know if it pisses anybody else off. I mean, you by now you know that like it doesn't take much to piss me off about anything. But it pisses me off when people post in like Books of Horror or other groups and they're like, I'm about to jump into Swan Song. What does everybody think? What happens if everybody's like, I love it, and then you started reading it and you hated it, or the opposite? Are you just like, can you make a decision without consulting the herd? Just, what if it's an amazing book for you? Like, for example, Butcher Boy is just, to me, it's like the perfect book. That and The Road. But The Road has a lot more acclaim attached to it, a lot more consensus and renown than Butcher Boy. But Butcher Boy is just a fantastic novel, and I think it's perfect. But not many people agree. If you see, like, if you Sun Tup books on the secondary, you could probably get a Butcher Boy numbered edition for like $200, which is, to me, it's like heartbreaking. But I understand, not everybody is in all the same things. And I'm glad it sold out, both the artist numbered and lettered at Sun Tup, because I'd feel this burden, this guilt of begging for that book. But if I had asked the group about Butcher Boy, I'd probably get mixed to negative reviews. There may be one or two going, it's just a brilliant literary phenomenon. Like, this book is just amazing. It's a psychological, dark, twisted tale. Then what would I be? Like, I wouldn't read the book then. So I just hate when people do that. Like, what does everybody think of this? Like, or just like things they put into questions in Facebook groups that they could have put into a Google search with the same amount of energy and gotten the same faster results. I don't know, Hans. I see it in your group a lot. So you just have to bounce some people. Gone South was a great book, too. Yeah, I got to read it. I think that, it's a great book. It's a fantastic author. And that edition is amazing. And it's getting less than retail. I think the new Stephen King book, You Like It Darker, comes out in May. Yeah, soon. I've gone to the secondary for quite a few lately to save money. Yeah, that's what people are just going to boop, bop over there, hippity hoppity boppity over to the secondary and wait for somebody to I want to dump it. Yep. Bill and Tim from Sub Press are selling old sub books on Camelot's website. Yeah, they do that. There's consignment that they get a lot from Sub Press. Swan Song took me a while to get into, but it gets better as it goes. I don't know if it took me that long. I remember reading it when I was a 15-year-old in a trailer in a resort little vacation place that my family had in Morris, Illinois. And I read that book over the course of a week. Absolutely loved it. I've read it twice, but I haven't read it in a long time. Yeah, that group is beginner level horror. Sorry, Hans. Love you. Stephen Wayne Allison Jr., I don't think you said greetings and salutations because I didn't see it. And if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. But glad to see you here. I got 4 new Stephen King books on Saturday. Yep. You're an addict. You're getting them. It's good. I hope you enjoy them. I love Butcher Boy, and I'm glad I have mine. Oh, I'm glad you do too. It's amazing. It's an amazing book, but I've seen a lot of people dumping that. Yeah, Butcher Boy, I would shelf with other classics such as Geek Love, 100 Years of Solitude, etc. I read Geek Love. That's awesome. And Centipede's doing one. They're doing a Geek Love. It's a great book, man. Wasp Factory, too, would be up there. Okay, since you named me and my group twice in your rant, allow me to respond. Books of Horror has 45,000 members now, and they all post in the group for one basic reason, to get attention. Some will have a good reason to post, but not everyone will. That's a good point, Hans. At least you should make that a rule. If you're going to seek attention, at least cook up a good reason. Show your creativity at the reason stage. Because you're just going to make everybody eye roll. In fact, I shared that Clive Barker article on the Jeff Word Facebook group when I saw it on Books of Horror. And then when I went over to Books of Horror for something else and I was scrolling down, it's like 80,000 people shared that same article. How annoying. That's just annoying. Good evening, Lance. Good to see you. I said it, liar. What? Oh, you did? Okay. Sorry. Hello. What's up? Christopher, good to see you. I did buy Thunderstorms Burn the Plans and the chapbook today. Roy at Bad Moon Books made me a nice deal. Roy Robbins. But I would rather use my time adminning the group looking for mean-spirited comments, pirated book links, scammers, etc. Yeah, those are the things you need to do, but it's still annoying. I hate rules. We have enough rules. Rules suck. I know I'm the laziest admin. Just ask Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. and Mitch Hall. I'm the worst admin. Because I'm just like, you're adults. Can you just hash it out? You know? I've seen people report comments. I'm like, no, I'm keeping this. Grow a pair. Jesus. My God, we're not in kindergarten. Tammy said something mean to me. Well, then just go in the corner and cry about it and come out when you're, I don't know. Come out when you grow up. Whatever. You know what? On that note, let's check in with the Duff of Magic bucket. Remember when that used to be a thing? I got the Polish people are giving me a beer tonight because I'm wearing the Rapture Brewing shirt, but we got to dig deep into the back of the fridge for this. I don't know. Is it going to be any good? Are those Polish people going to be taking care of me? Let's see. I think I hear polka music. I definitely hear an accordion. So, yeah, it's not the right color, but it's got a little red in there. That kind of gives me hope. Nah, nope, that's a beer. When I think of basic beer, this is basic beer. This is beer. Ugh. Oh, that's not good. That's not enjoyable. That's like, well, hopefully it's got a high ABV so I don't have to drink too much of it to forget what it tastes like. And I don't even see the ABV, so I don't know what I got to do to get out of this mess. It doesn't matter. We're not here for the beer, but we can be. Uh-oh, it's a joke. What's going on? I'm reading The Godfather now. So far, it's better than the movie. Tim, just wait. Eggplant. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna. The less we tell people what to do, the better. I agree. Yeah, rules suck. Can't just rob a bank. Yeah, listen, Pizza Giraffe. You're young. You got a lot of years ahead of you. Do not put stuff on social media that you... There's just... The internet's forever, right? It's too late for people like me. But you might have a brilliant career in politics someday. Don't be a jerk like most politicians. In fact, don't be a politician. Just forget I said that. But you may have a career as a CEO of some company. I don't know. And, don't post stuff on here. I mean, nobody watches. You're safe here. So get it out of your system. But don't go talking about robbing a bank. I didn't like the movie at all. Just didn't get into it. So you're like Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin's like, I did not like The Godfather. It insists upon itself. It doesn't, though. I think a lot of the problem, a lot of that status came later. So if you watched it after all the hype, then you'd be like, oh my God, this movie is so full of itself. But man, it's just a good movie. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Uh-oh. What happened to the old saying about sticks and stones? I know. Names will never hurt me. Oh, they're the worst things now. I come into a book group on Facebook and I got some admin all frustrated and ranting in the group, making up rules, and I shake my head. I don't want to hang there at all. Some admin power trip. Yeah, there's a lot like that. Just drink vodka. I know. I should. I have vodka. All lagers. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot. It's just like a Pilsner or something. It's just... I mean, it reminds me of like a Miller Lite or a Natty Light. It's just, it's like, I don't know. Crystal Head vodka. I was going to buy that because it has a skull glass. And then live did not end. Oh, okay. I'm on my phone now. You just keep... What happened? Mitch can't attend tonight. Flu outbreak? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm on my phone. You just keep spinning on my computer. No, I'm here. Uh-oh. I'm still here. All gone. Jill, am I gone? What? I'm here. There was a hiccup, and for some reason a live ended. Just refresh and the live is on. Oh my God, I have invited a new sickness. No, what's up? I guess the Polish guys are mad at me for Rotmutzers or something. Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that's odd. I don't know if anybody else can still hear me. Now I'm back. You're back, unfortunately. Maybe there was supposed to be a commercial or something. I don't know. I don't know what... I'm going to get canceled. So now I'm a little worried. Now I'm a little worried. Like, I got stuff I got to talk about. I mean, we talked about Lavidian with A Child Alone's coming. So that's cool. We want to talk about that. I can't wait for that. It's completely sold out. Now, we talked about the secondary earlier. I don't think A Child Alone with Strangers is going to go dipping on the secondary. I just don't think that's going to happen right now. A lot of Phillips titles are super hard to find and super expensive. I mean, not that Child Alone with Strangers is going to be hard to find. It's just, I don't see it. It might. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it, though. Fracassi is red hot. I know. Is Jill in the back turning off? I'm sure she'd like to. I know. I'm working on getting barn. You guys ever install barn doors? Like the rollers that roll around? I'm trying to install barn doors so I don't get that 10 o'clock drive-by glare. And even though that door's still going to be open. But I'm so pissed off. I bought the whole kit. We spent like, I don't know how much money getting these big barn doors. We measured the space, found the perfect barn doors. We're going to hang them up. And then they're like, yeah, sure, you can hang this 200-pound door up with this stupid little drywall anchor like this. Do you know what it's going to happen if I hang the door with this plastic thing? This thing's just going to go right out of the wall. So pissed off. I'm really pissed off about that. It's like the Chismar of broken promises with doors. It's bullshit. I say Child LP will jump to 400. Ooh, you're on record now. That's $400. You think so? I think I might wash my dishes again instead of this. Well, it is rough. It is rough that this is what you got for entertainment on a Monday night. Dishes are important. I mean, what are you going to eat? Am I back for you? I don't even know. Okay. People told me I was back. Unfortunately. I took a shower that was much shorter than hoped. Well, we're getting into like the after dark conversation going on with bathing habits. I don't know if I'm here for that. I mean, we do have, you got to watch it. You got youngins here too. More Kiss. Kiss from Mark Kennefic. I took a Child Alone with Strangers is going to jump to $1 million in like 56 years. I don't think there will be a 56 years from now. I'm kidding. I don't think it'll go to, well, it might go to $1 million just from inflation. Child Alone with Strangers. You want to buy a book? $1 million or whatever we call currency in 56 years. Sorry, I zoned out when the music started. All right. I got a picture of the new King book arc. I don't have one, but I got a pic of it. You like it darker. I wish I could get excited about King, man. I wish I could. Watch the Oscars. Why did you watch the Oscars once? Here we go. What about this? What do you guys think of this? Late Returns. Huh? What do you think of this? This is Sub Press is doing a novella from Joe Hill. A novella for $150. A novella. Who do they think they are? Conversation Tree Press? So the signed lettered is $1,500. $150 for the Joe Hill title. And they're going to get it out to the people who bought Full Throttle. And I love this. Late Returns is not yet available for order. Please don't email asking about the availability. Then the numbered print run for Late Returns is lower than that for Full Throttle, meaning not everyone who bought the latter will be able to order the former. We set the print run based on expected demand. You didn't think Late Returns was going to be as in demand as Full Throttle from the Joe Hill completists. And it's like well, I don't even know how many. So the print run is lower, but I didn't see where they mentioned the print run. So I don't know how many they're doing, but it's going to be less than Full Throttle, which was a good sale for them. I can't see why they wouldn't just match the print run. So it's a heavily illustrated. Yeah, Francois Vaillancourt did the art. Man, that guy, Francois, is Robert Heinlein, Tunnel in the Sky. Huh. Francois is like everywhere. I'm worried that he's everywhere. He's brilliant and his stuff is amazing. But I worry about overexposure. Is that a stupid thing to worry about? Maybe. Maybe it is. Because who could not enjoy this art? This is amazing stuff. Bookmobile. There's a bookmobile. It's a book with bookmobiles. So, I don't know if anybody else is stoked about it. I see that $150 price tag. I'm like, oh, I get to save $150. It's easy for me to pass. Pretty easy. So, I don't know if anybody else is... what do we got? Novella, pass. No, they can keep it basic book and probably won't have art. No, it has tons of art. The price is asinine. I didn't think it was that much for a novella. I'm going to sell most of my Joe Hill stuffs. Really? $1,500 for a lettered subpress. That's a bit much. Subpress is great when it's half price. Oh, you're getting ahead of me, man. You're getting a little ahead of me of a little ahead of Beef Daddy here. But we'll get to that. Imagine another sickness comes and we're all in lockdown again. Yeah, no, that's going to be a bridge too far. True Tim got some good deals. You going to do a sale unboxing? I did one, but I didn't post it yet. $150 is a lot for the limited. It is, I know. Oh, it does have art? Nope, still don't want it. Francois is hovering near the Chadbourne level, and I almost said that, Hans. I'm glad that came out of your mouth or your keyboard and not mine. I agree. That's the thing that killed it for me with Chadbourne. He's just all over the place. And that also with Daniel Serra, like the Paul Tremblay set from SST. Too much. I don't know what it is. And I love Daniel Serra. And I love Francois Vaillancourt. I just don't want it to be, overexposure, Francois is all right, but a lot of his work, his stuff always looks different, and it's the books and fits the book so well. Yes, I only bought one. I had already paid full price for the others that I wanted. I agree, Hans, but I still dig his art. Just got my Francois remark last week. Remarks from him are amazing. I prefer Palumbo, LOL. Why is there an LOL? I like Palumbo. I am only keeping the Levidian Hills. Bought a sub-press title a week before the same book was on sale. Oh! I never liked Sarah. Really? I'm getting picky now. I will say I won't say they are bad artists. They are good artists. I'm just not excited about them in a book. Francois is so much better than Chadbourne, though. Yes, that's true. That is 100%. Sarah is okay. He's good for Dark and Gloomy. Yeah. His Tommyknockers is awesome. But this is what I got at the half-price sale from our friends at Subpress. I got it. Bayonet Drill Team, $25. Half price. You can't argue with that. You could, but you'd lose. You know what I'm saying? So, thrilled to get it. It's a bit of a chonker, and it is now out of print. So they don't even have it anymore. Their half price sale cleared them out. Great cover, great stuff. I can't wait to read it. But I got so much Joe Lansdale I got to read, man. It's a lot. So I took advantage. I'll be posting that video tomorrow. Anybody wants to see it? I keep freezing. I disagree. Chadbourne is good. Francois is a bit academic. Well, Chadbourne has his own style, really. I just want more variety, yeah. Francois is like Jim Ross at art. I don't know what that means. Oh, my bayonet arrived today. It's still in the box, but glad to see it's shiny. Yeah, it's shiny. It almost looks like there's Mylar on it. It kind of feels that way, but it's very glossy. Very nice. Oh, take it easy, Christopher. Good to see you. The Russians don't want us ranting. I know. Okay, so I got a circle of death buffering. I refreshed and the live return. I don't know what it is, guys. I really don't. But it's weird because you guys, I would think it's all your own internet, right? It's your internet, not mine. But if everybody is spinning, it's the man. The man is coming to get me finally. Your vocal keeps going, but your picture keeps freezing. Maybe I just talk slower and quieter. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Later, Chris. Jeff can't stay either. I usually like the matte over glossy, but matte gets so many fingerprints. I know. Mine will have Mylar on it from Camelot, so that may be worth the extra $25. That's funny. Yeah, I agree with you, Mike, to keep that pre-order. It's the right thing to do. It's the honorable thing to do. It sucks because if they do this half price sale, then everybody gets, pissed off when they ordered the book the day before or whatever. Hi, Jeff. I think that Godfather book looks so good. Glad. Hi, Russell. Good to see you. Yes, thank you. I'm going to show that tonight, maybe. If you don't know what to do, try drinking. I know. You know what I could do? It'd be funny is if I'm actually talking and then I'll just stop. And people won't know if they're frozen, if they're frozen, and I'll repeat myself. You think you're going back in time? Oh, the fun I could have, but I don't think I'm going to do that because then that just takes brain power, and I don't have any. I've been wrestling with the barn doors all day. It's really on my mind. Barn doors. Do you guys DIY? Do you DIY at all? Well, this is underwhelming. I don't know what to tell you, Stephen Wayne Nelson Jr. Just hit refresh. Oh, Jill belly dancing in the background? Oh, you could see her? Jill, you're reflecting off the glass. They could see you dancing. Is Jeff gaslighting us? I don't know. They're coming for me. You're going to see me get taken out by special forces. Maybe I'll play some Kiss. Doesn't sound like Kiss. Good to see Tim got to visit with Kim and Tony. Would love to go down there. Just wants to see that. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see that, Tim. You went to Camelot? Did you say hi? I'm with the press. Did you flash your press badge? Did you get one? YouTube gives you a press badge, and you flash it around. You're like, I can be here. You show them that you're got a channel, and then they let you in, and you can go through their books. That's what I'm going to do to Cemetery Dance. I'm going to go look at their books. I mean, like their numbers. The numbers behind the books that they don't sell. You know what? Let's talk about those people. What do we got? What do we got from what do we got from our friends over there at Cemetery Dance? So Cold the River. So they got So Cold the River, Michael Corita, and they're selling it, and they want you to buy it, and it's a limited edition, and it's an actual book, and it's shipping. So, do you want it? Are you going to get it? It's funny because I have a suspicion that this book was with Cemetery Dance when Brian James Freeman was with Cemetery Dance. And they're just getting it out now. So I'm sorry, Michael. I did read Those Who Wish Me Dead, and I loved it. But I'm just not. I didn't connect with it the same way I do with other. I didn't absolutely love it. I thought it was a good thriller. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of smart, funny. Not funny. It's absolutely not funny. But I thought it was smart and engaging and very entertaining. But it's just sort of a thriller, and I didn't really care for it. So I have no desire for So Cold the River. But don't worry. If you don't want that, you can get this. Want the Gwendy trilogy in hardcover or a Stephen King dinged grab bag? Dinged. That's how I say dinged. Here they are. Selling, pushing memorials. Richard Chizmar memorials. So, U.S. readers, pre-order one copy of Chizmar's upcoming novel, or pay $45. And you're entered for a chance to win a set of the Gwendy trilogy signed by Chizmar. Ooh! Or a Stephen King dinged grab bag. Ooh! So they're just going through the warehouse and they're using whatever they can to pimp this book, Memorials. And U.S. readers got to buy one. Canadian readers got to buy two. Buy two copies. If you're in Canada, you got to pay that carbon tax too. Get your two copies of Chizmar's upcoming novel. Oh my God. And then international, overseas. So if you got to go not just over a border, but over the ocean, you got to get 3 copies of the book to make it worth Dick Chiz's while. Like he's doing you a favor. Oh, man, but this came through, and then right after that, this came through. Cemetery Dance Publications up here, but it's the official Richard Chizmar newsletter via Cemetery Dance. In case I didn't get this one, I was going to get this one. See how that is? Cemetery Dance, official Richard Chizmar. Hi, folks. Here's the deal. Hi, folks. Here's the deal. Oh, man, this is awesome. And then it's like you get spammed from multiple senders, multiple days for the same garbage. Nobody wants the book. And nowhere in here does it say the book is worth reading. There's nothing in here that talks about what is the book about. Will you like the book? What is the book like? If I like Pet Sematary, will I like this? What is something that's comparable? Can you at least give me a description of what this title is about? No. You're just here for the Gwendy trilogy, which I think everybody's got 80,000 copies of that. Of that just dreck. I went off? Oh my God. He is such a dillweed. Oh my God. So what do we got? You know what? I blame OBS. Oh my God. I blame OBS. I think I don't know what to do. I was in the middle of a rant. You ever get stopped in the middle of a rant? It's jarring. I'm not a method actor. I'm not De Niro. It's jarring. Oh, I can only apologize. You know what? Everybody gets their money back for tonight's live. Gosh. I don't know about this OBS stuff. I like being able to share my screen, but I wonder if that's causing issues. Maybe it's the haircut. I got a haircut. Could that be it? The haircut? Death circles? Is anybody there? Hello? Anybody in there? Ugh. Ugh. As much as I dislike CD and Chiz, I kind of dig that cover art. Really? Jeff, maybe try running and add, like someone suggested, to reboot. I can't do that. See, that's the thing. I'm going through OBS, so I'm not on YouTube directly. Just a shit internet tonight, I know. 8 people. Thanks, YouTube. I'm going to need a 5% discount on next Monday's live also if you want to retain my business. Okay, RA, I apologize. I'll give everybody a coupon for next week's live. You know what? How about this? Next week's live is free because of tonight. I'll do a free one next week. Maybe it's because you took your video live to the beach and got it wet. Yeah. Okay. That's not doing it. It's doing it a lot regardless of what's on the screen. To be fair, on the cover art, I've only seen it on a really small screen, so maybe I need to look at it closer to see the flaws. Now that's customer service. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the cover myself, but it's really not the cover because it's the words inside the book with Richard Chismar, because Girl on the Porch was just the stupidest pile of shit I've ever read. And literally, Girl on the Porch, if you've never read it, the title is more story than the story. The Girl on the Porch. That's literally all you get. Well, not literally. Now I'm like a Gen Zer, right? I'm saying literally when it's not literal. But it's not worth it because there's a girl on the porch. She ends up dead. Nobody knows who did it. And then in like the last sentence, oh yeah, it was this guy. Oh gee, wow. And the rest of the story is how he likes to flirt with his wife, and he golfs, and he has a really great life. And if people would just stop murdering random people, or those murder victims, if they would just have the courtesy not to go on his door cam, everything would be fine. Can we just get back to the beers and the golf and the fishing and the slap ass? Like, that's all he wants. Stupid book, man. No, the cover sucks ass. It got Chismar's name on it. Feels a little like Jeff has become Max Headroom tonight. Oh, Max Headroom. That takes me back. Like, I should be stuttering. Oh, man, I love Max Headroom. I don't know why. Might have to cut it short. Might have to just do an hour tonight. Because that's no fun if everybody's got to refresh and all that. I wonder how the upload will be. What will it be on the replay for people? It's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. I got 60 frames per second. I don't know what that means. Oh, I see. Dude, I see the metrics down here are really poor. See, OBS is showing me I'm going from red to yellow. Wow. That's bullshit. You know, that's just bullshit. Sorry about that. Let's just blame it on daylight savings. I've never read Chismar. Everything seems uninteresting to me. Well, I read Chismar, so I read Widow's Point, and that was lame. It was a rehash of Blair Witch, and it was like fan fiction, but it was okay. There was one creepy part with the stairs and how this guy's losing his mind, and it was okay. Just okay. But it was the first thing I read by him, so I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let's read something else. Then I read Girl on the Porch. I'm like, this was when I had nothing against Richard Chismar. I read that book. I'm like, this is stupid. This is the pointless. It's a pointless book. Because if you know anything about writing and creative writing and writing a novel, the thing, you need conflict in a story. Conflict drives a story. That otherwise, if you have no conflict, you have no story. And the characters have to change. They have to be different on the end of the book than they were at the start of the book. There has to be some sort of hero's journey. You have to see how that individual has been changed or grown or transformed. There has to be something. Girl on the Porch, and that was my problem with The Mailman. A lot of shit happened, but the beginning and the end, Doug and Trish, the main couple in that book, were pretty much exactly the same, except they were a little more tired at the end of the book. Like, they were still who they were. They didn't learn anything. They didn't grow. They didn't become bitter. They didn't become elated. It wasn't anything. And the villain just literally dances off. It's stupid. I'm sorry if I spoiled the book, but nothing happens in The Mailman. So with Girl on the Porch, nothing happens. And the thing that struck me with Girl on the Porch was it was a lot of Richard Chizmar writing about, you could tell it's his life. He's so happy to live this upper middle class suburban life. He's just in love with his life. And so you take that, my experience from that, and then I read the reviews of Chasing the Boogeyman. And they're like, This author is just sitting here writing about his childhood and how awesome his childhood was. And he is the character in the story. It's Richard Chizmar writing about a borderline fictionalized Richard Chizmar, or at least a Richard Chizmar who had experiences that actual Richard Chizmar did not have with a killer. So he's writing about his life and how much he loves his life, and it's the most boring part. So even people who gave 3 and 4 stars were like, yeah, the first 20 pages were kind of lame because he's just talking about his childhood and his idyllic life. But after that, it gets pretty good, and the ending caught me off guard, so I liked it. Whatever they were saying. So I'm like, wow, this is the same shit from Girl on the Porch, where Richard Chizmar is just all about Richard Chizmar. So I will read Becoming the Boogeyman or Chasing the Boogeyman or any Richard Chizmar if it's gifted to me. But I'm not gonna pay that guy any goddamn money. Let's just blame it on daylight saving. Yeah. Well, you're not missing anything. Shortened. Are you kidding me? You use another 45 minutes of. You owe us another 45. I can go. But if everybody's like, well, you're frozen, you're stopped and whatever, it's just whatever. Hate when there's no character arc. There can't be no character arc. There can't be. Like, I mean, yes, you can break rules. Sure. Like if you're talking about the road, you can break rules of punctuation, but you have to be a master at it. You have to be somebody who is so you can break every rule if you've mastered every rule. But if you're a hack, it'll show. But so you have to get the readers there. So like the road is interesting because you can make the argument that some things are exactly the same at the end of that book as they are at the beginning. There is obviously there is obviously something beyond the scope of that book, and there's a ton before that book, but you could make the argument, but it's a brilliant book, and that's at the point that you got to understand what. So if you don't have conflict or character arcs, then it has to be that has to be the point. You have to have something substantial, and The Mailman was not substantial. Girl on the Porch was not substantial. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about celebrities or whatever, and they're like, they're just not a serious person. They're not serious. And I usually hate that word because being serious is usually kind of like a bummer. You kind of have to be serious sometimes, so it's kind of work and not enjoyment with your fiction. But these are not serious authors. Like, you're not serious. You're not elevating anything with The Mailman. You're not making a grand point about anything. I think Bentley Little is striving to point out the mundane life, the routine of the suburbs, and when he introduces some little whack job that throws suburban America off kilter, it's sort of funny because your lives are so vanilla and so boring and so predictable that when you get a crazy mailman disrupting the mail service, it sends the whole town into chaos, which is a fine point to make, but there's no reward to that story. And it could have been an essay. It could have been a novella. So anyway, I just think that Richard Chismar is not a master, so he doesn't have access to those tools. I am sure Bernie Madoff loved his life as well until the Piper came calling. Good point. Ponzi scheme reference right there. Write what you know. Apparently Chismar only knows Chismar. I mean, there's a point to writing what you know, yeah. But unless you've lived a storied life, I think George Clooney's autobiography would be interesting. Sure. He's lived a charmed life. Child of privilege, born into privilege, living in unimaginable wealth. I would want to hear about that. Because it's like, to me, that gets at, you. Okay, well, you're giving us a window into a life a sliver of us will have seen. And I'm here for that. But Chismar, like I said, upper middle class. Now, all that, he launched Cemetery Dance in his college dorm room. Brilliant. He built a publishing company that is like recognized throughout our world. Brilliant. Great. You've gotten to cup King's balls. Fantastic. And so maybe talk about that, but your life of barbecuing and golfing and fishing, no, that's pretty much accessible to a healthy chunk of the American populace. And did I say populace? Wow. It's live. Maybe it stuttered. Maybe you guys didn't get that and it froze. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe the gods will reward me. Jesse's here. Hey, I'm at work. Figure I just pop my head in real quick. Well, that's great. Come on by. Grab a beer, as long as it's not typical beer. No, Jeff, don't even read Gifted Chiz. You have too much Lansdale to read. I do. I have Mallerman to read. I have Fracassi to read. I got Rob Walton to read. Oh, hey, Jeff, can you pin the link to your site to sign up for the tiered memberships? I lost it before I could sign up. Yeah, I got to find it. I don't know what I'm doing, Jill, so it's actually in the description of this video. All right, hold please. I will put that in the comment and I will pin the shit out of it. Please don't clip that and take it out of context. So here we are. I got the link. Link. All right, copy. Look at this. I narrate my life. This is like a Chismar novel. Boom. So I just sent it. Now I will pin it. This is like a Chismar novel. It's not letting me pin it. Maybe, I was ranting, Lena. I was. Well, I'm running a test right now, but I'm still listening. Running a test. Yeah, I won't be too distracting. Jesse, just another Chiz rant. There's so many of them. Yeah, I was ranting about Chiz. Because I just talked about how he's pushing memorials. And you know what? Look at this. Boom. There he is. The Jeff Ward. Let's keep the party going. This is membership tiers. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I think I might actually launch tier 3 with the rest of them. Just got to get it all. I got to get it all up to speed. But I think I might be able to launch it all. And I'm going to do it on Patreon because, again, they have all the things set up, ready to go. And it'll be very easy. Wow, it's really not letting me pin nothing. Whatever. If it gets to the top, I'll pin it. But there it is. So what else do we have to talk about? Oh, yeah. You know what else? What else do we got? This one. This right now is a pre-order. The Unlikely Affair of the Crawling Razor. Joe Lansdale and Timothy Truman, who also did this artwork, which strikes me as like Japanese anime. I don't know what about it strikes me as Japanese anime. Maybe it's the back cover that feels a little anime-ish. But so Timothy Truman did this, and The Unlikely Affair of the Crawling Razor. How many is the print run on this? More info. Pre-order. It's a novella. Does it tell you how many? Let's roll down. There's an excerpt. It doesn't say what the print run's going to be. Unless limited to 1,000. 1,000. So they brought it down. It was 1,500 for Lansdale. Then Bayonet, Senior Girls Bayonet Drill Team was 1,250. Now this novella is 1,000. But it looks great. It looks like Lansdale horror. I want it. It's $45, so $1 cheaper, or $5 cheaper than the Bayonet Drill Team. And it looks awesome. And I want it. It's $45 for a novella. Do I wait till it's on sale? That's probably my strategy for this as well. But $45 is a low bar to entry, and with 1,000, it's going to have fewer copies available. So if Lansdale is a must-buy author for you, don't sit on your hands. You can get it. You're not getting ripped off. It's going to have art. Look at that. He's got no nose. Who's he, Voldemort? He's got no nose. You could rip one right in front of this guy. He'll never know. He won't get mad. He looks angry. But, yeah. It is cool art. You're biased. Tim Truman is a great comic book artist, and he's teamed up with Lansdale many times. Oh, really? Oh, really? Jonah Hex comics? I have those. I have 6 of them. I have the first 6. Jonah Hex. Some with a worm. Sorry, I got the connection battle tonight. Have a good night, all. I'm sorry. Take it easy, Kevin. Yeah, I can't hear anything this evening. Oh, my God. Yes, anything better could drop. Mine's pre-ordered, yeah. I can see but not hear. Good night. Oh, I'm sorry, Lena. Oh, my gosh. He's actually looking for his nose. Is he really? He wants his nose? Maybe his dad took it in a game when he was a kid. I got your nose. I got your nose. And then his dad just died of a heart attack. And he fell down. And when he fell down, his hand opened. And he crawled over. He's like, Daddy, where my nose at? Where my nose, Daddy? And then he didn't have a nose. I mean, it's rough if you die of a heart attack at the wrong moment. You could end up stealing your child's nose. Yeah, I think they did make a Jonah Hex movie. Man, I got it somewhere. I hope I get in that 6 million queue. I don't know what that means. I was having issues. I had to back out and come back because it was either lagging in audio or video. Yeah, everybody's having those same issues. What? Spoilers? What, did I give you spoilers? I don't think I did. I think you're talking about the nose thing. Man. I'm easily confused, man. But what else did I have to show you? There was something else. What was it? Oh, yes. This is actually newsworthy. I spoiled the nose. Oh, I see. It was the nose. Check this out. This is from SST. Look at this. Hi, just wanted a little update on how everything is going here at SST. All the direct customer orders for the following titles have now all shipped. Gloria by Bentley Little. Cold in July, which I showed you on this channel. Amazing book. You should get it if you can. Thank you, Sean. The Pallbearers Club by Tremblay. I've also shipped all the dealers' orders for Gloria and Cold in July, and I'm currently packing the Pallbearers Club, so dealers are getting theirs. There are still a few copies left for the 3 above titles if you'd like one. And then he sent How to Sell a Haunted House to the printer last week. And he received and checked this first set of laser proofs. So it's going to go into printing. And then he also sent the Donut Legion to Lansdale for the printer yesterday. But now, this is the big thing. I am now currently working on the next Josh Malerman title and the next Stephen Graham Jones title. Guys, what do you think? Did you see that? We lost 11 people. 11 souls. Gone down in a sea of internet. Jonah Hex movie starred Josh Brolin was forgettable. But that's Josh Brolin's third comic book character behind Thanos and Gage. May they rest in peace. They were lost at sea. Mean Spirited by Nick Roberts. Read it. It's awesome. You know what's funny? No, that's not it. That wasn't it. What was it? This. Nick Roberts' Mean Spirited is out Friday. Out this Friday on Kindle. Kindle Unlimited, paperback, and hardcover out early. Oh, so it's already out. So, Mean Spirited by Nick Roberts. So, there you go for that. I was going to talk about that, I promise you. Because I know you're a Nick Roberts fan. I've never read him, but a lot of people have. So, I saw that newsletter. My order status never changed. Emailed Paul, and he saw the mistake, so he upgraded my shipping. Oh, wow. Nice. He's a great guy. He is. I hope he's around forever. I hope he makes $3 trillion. Anxiously waiting for the classic Lansdale books. Yeah, they're beautiful. Got my Pallbearers Club. Beautiful as usual. Yes. As Stephen Graham Jones is third in the trilogy. Oh, he's a fellow West Virginian. Nice. Yeah, so that's the My Heart is a Chainsaw, Don't Fear the Reaper, and Angel Lake or Angel something. Those probably it. But what could be the other Malerman title? It could be Spin a Black Yarn, Black Mad Wheel, Goblin, Ghoul in the Cape, or is it Incidents Around the House, Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr.? I don't know why I keep thinking you're Sean Lynch. I'm getting your names mixed up. It's like you're my kids. Excuse me. I need to resist the buffer by drinking. Did it work? I hope it's a Spin the Black Yarn so I don't have to order that Derp edition. Let's see what I did. Derp. Or is it Carpenter's Farm? Oh, I hope it's Incidents Around the House. Because there's no limited of that anywhere. I also hope for Spin a Black Yarn because there's no hardcover except for the Derp Dark Regions Press edition. I'm not getting that. They can kiss a white ass. Spin a Black Yarn? You can kiss a white ass. I've been doing squats. TMI, you know, I mean, I have a 7-second delay in my head and sometimes it breaks. I've been sparing you from a lot of those comments. And tonight that one got out. Quality control. It's a work in progress. Spin a Black Yarn. I would love to get another copy of Goblin. I got the Earthling, I got the Trade, and I got the German. German Goblin. I could take an SST one. Black Mad Wheel has not seen any love in a limited. A case could be made for that one. No matter what it is, I'm going to want it. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it more than I'm going to need a Lansdale because it's a Malerman. And Lansdale's just got, there's no way to be a completist on Lansdale. Mike, you're the closest to it. And even still, it's kind of, I think Lansdale, when he saw your shelves, Mike, he saw the audacity of doing so many limited editions. It shocked him. He probably peed a little. Wrong publisher. Yep. Well, the UK and the US, two different markets, Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. So I think it could be both. Incidents Around the House is my vote. I hope so. Black Mad Wheel. What did I say? Respond to the email and ask him which title. I'm not going to do that. How could it be Incidents? The trade isn't out until June. He's going to be taking pre-orders. So it's not... He's like, I'm now currently working on the next Mallerman title. So it's in the works as long as the contract says, you know, and it's, again, the UK, different bag of rights. So he can do it that way. It's fair, you know. I haven't read that one. Lyle, yeah, I loved his comment. Anyone going to order from Nepathy? You know, why have these hard names, man? No way it's Incidents. Well, Mark is putting his money down on the table right now. He's betting against Incidents Around the House. No way. I mean, I don't think it would be. I think he would probably do Spin a Black Yarn or Black Mad Wheel. I doubt it would be Ghoul in the Cape. That's a chonker. But how wild would it be if it was Ghoul in the Cape? I love that book. That's a chonker. So it's hard to say. I mean, there are a few titles it could be. But if we're, you know, I'm just thinking like he did Daphne. It's probably Spin a Black Yarn. Probably. And that would be awesome because, again, no hardcover and I'm not getting the Dark Regions book. So it would fit nicely. Which Nepenthe Press? There's two. They're getting sued. If you remember, Daphne pre-order came out just after the trade came out. It's possible. I'm curious if they're going to change names because Nepenthe is already taken. Yeah. Imagine Sun Tup 2. Dibs on Tup 2. Tup. What's Tup? Anyway, I'm only sharing this email because he doesn't say what the titles are. And you know what? See, here's the funny thing. Like, yes, I do want to know what the title is for the Mallerman. I'm very curious. I can't wait to know. But if I ask him, and if he tells me, and I can't tell anyone, now I just got another secret stuck in my craw. Like, I know what the next two Suntups are. Oh, I'm not doing an interview for the next one. But the one after that, I gotta email the person, the author. The one after that, really jazzed about. But see, again, stuck in my craw. I can't tell you. I can't geek out right now. I want to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? I wanted to. I'm going to remember them there. He's so mad about her leaving the keys upon the table. Why? What? And why would you make a song about it? Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Whoa. Oh, I am supposed to put him on a hook, Serge? Like, what is the problem? I'm surprised Daphne is still in stock. I know, me too. It's purple. Purples are good. That one was gorgeous. Yeah, Moontup. I love that. What are they? Hopefully I can save some money. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you, Mike. Damn it, Hans. Uh-oh. Who's yelling at Hans now? What did Hans do? I don't even see. I can't see. Damn it, Hans. The second to last Borderlands little book is H.P. Lovecraft and comes out in 2 weeks. Ugh. Yeah. then I wonder if they're doing the Poe Fracassi. So the last one could very well be Poe. Yeah, okay. Saving the best for last. I am now saving for the Fantasia Press Fracassi, numbered and lettered. Is anybody going to talk about how Fantasia starts with a PH and Philip starts with a PH? No? Fracassi? Philip? The Godfather number book you got was nice as F. You don't have to put the S in there, just AF. Here it is. Hans, I was thinking that and would also not put it past them doing it and not telling Philip. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh my God. The Fantasia Press Fracassi is 2025. But here's Godfather. Oh, the Godfather. Oh, look at that. Then you open it. Look at it. Oh, and then wait. Oh, double up. So we move it here. Look at that. Godfather. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to handle it. Look at that. It's wild to me that Paul was going to do a 450 copy print run on this. I had no idea that was the case. He lowered it to 350. It was never announced as a 450 print run. And I thought that was crazy when I saw that on the Colophon page. And it's just a beautiful, just an amazing book. Francis Ford Coppola's signature. So we got Francis Ford Coppola and William Friedkin in these books. That's pretty awesome. Now, is anybody worried about the pages being stiff like that? Like, does that freak anybody else out, or am I alone? See how they kind of bend together like that? I worry about too tight of a binding. But it's not universal on all my books, so it's not like it's a storage issue, and it came like that. So usually it's fine. I just worry. I just worry excessively. I'm like a hypochondriac of books. Bibliohypochondriophile or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. So there it is. Love it. Love it. Love it. Had to share it. I had it on deck because nicest edition of a dick subplot ever. Whenever Fantasia decides to announce, most likely 25 or late 24. Yeah. Well, they'll take the money, but it won't be out until 25. I still think he should have sent a ceramic horse with the Godfather. I really like the leather binding for it. Goat skin. 100% goat skin. Just a beautiful edition. My Godfather came with a defect, so I didn't check the binding. Oh, what was your defect? The leather is so gorgeous, though. I got to know what your defect was, Andrew. They were stored in a high humidity warehouse. The high humidity would do that, or low humidity? Hi, Chad. Hi, Chad. You joined the wrong account. You're not Creepy Couch this week, Chad. Chad Lutsky, everyone. Chad Lutsky. I would love someday, you guys, to do a Jeff Word anthology with Chad Lutsky, Philip Fracassi, Thomas Oldehuvelt, Tyler Jones, Josh Mallerman, Keelan Patrick Burke, Anya Allborn, have all these authors that I've interviewed and read and love in an anthology, all original. That would be amazing. I would love to do that. So, wouldn't you guys like that? I think you guys would like that. I don't know why I'm speaking out my ass. The dedication page had extra paper hanging off the page. Oh, okay. No, Jeff is not doing his best Max Headroom, just glitchy AF. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. I'm behind on Creepy Couch. Been watching Resident Alien. That would be amazeballs. I would love to do it. Y'all seen the lineup for Books and Brews? We got some big names, including Mallerman and Strand. I was going to talk about that. It's in Evanston, Illinois. You guys did it in Illinois after I left, but you know what? I'm not going to send a horse head to anyone's room. Not yet. And you're doing it the week before Fracassi Fest. Huh. Oh, I don't know, man. But yeah, it looked awesome. There were like 30 authors going to that. Strand and Mallerman and is Malfi going? Is Malfi? I know Jonathan Jans is. You can get McCabe and Linkvist. Oh man, I don't know if McCabe would contribute, but that would be amazing. Linkvist. I should try to interview him, but I got to learn his language. Yes, we did in Illinois because you left. I know, that's what I figured. Like, well, there's no chance of Jeff coming back because Illinois hates him. Evanston, you say. Yes, Evanston, Illinois. Would love to go there for that, but Fracassi Fest is coming. Can only do one drive like that a year. Although, Mike, you could make it a 2-week trip because it's the week before Fracassi Fest. So you head out, you stop in Evanston, Illinois, and you look at all the white privilege everywhere. Oh, my God. I got to say, I'm sorry, Evanston, Illinois. Oh, the people that live there. I don't know. I don't know everybody that lives there. They're just so pretentious. It's like, oh, sorry. I digress. And I'm painting a group of people with a broad brush, which is a no-no. It's a no-no. Don't do it. But Evanston, let's just say I know a couple of people in Evanston, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm sure there are good people in that town somewhere. Evanston, Illinois, drink up. Books and Brews. Fracassi and Malfi is going to be live on Thursday at 8. What? Where? What? I'm not aware of that. Mike, elaborate. Where will I see? Do they sniff their own farts like in South Park? I don't know if they do that. I'd have to check in with some people. I'll send a crew to Evanston to check in, see if there's any like flatulent sniffers going on. Fracassi and Malfi, where are they going to be? I need Mike to answer that before I can process anything else. I'm going to be stuck here until I know. Watch it, buddy. I know some punk skater kids that grew up there. I know some good. Okay, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you knew some good punk skater kids who came from rich parents. They do fart in Evanston. Oh, we got a confirmation of flatulence. He posted it, Galactic Terrors on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to see it. Fracassi and Malfi. That's awesome. I got to see that. No, I'm not making fun of anybody in Evanston. Not all of them. That's probably why the spontaneous combustion rates are up the roof. Are they really? Do we have spontaneous combustion numbers? Because I'd like to know why that happens. Because sometimes at night I sit here and I get really hot, and I'm like, am I going through menopause? And I get real flashy. I'm like, my ears are burning red. I'm like, oh, is this like the onset of a stroke? And then it goes away, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe tomorrow my train will come and take me away. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Pretentious people don't know how to enjoy great books. Nope. So they wouldn't be there. Good point. Jacob, new text, Illinois from Jabba the Hutt. JB the Hutt. That's funny. I never saw anybody call him JB the Hutt. JB Pritzker, a man who was born into $1 billion. Didn't earn a dime of it. Trust fund baby. And then he's like, I have all the money in the world. Now what can I be missing? What could I? Power. Oh, yes. Power. And he called Jesse White, a really esteemed, respected politician in Illinois, Secretary of State for many, many years. And one of the rare uncorrupted politicians in Illinois. I mean, Jesse White was a politician, Secretary of State, and he had no corruption tied to him ever, which is rare for Illinois. Our governors go to jail. Their governors go to jail. And it's a big machine. It's the most politically corrupt state in the union. People have measured it, and they're like, yep, technically, it is the most corrupt state in the union, politically speaking. And Jesse White has never had a stain on his record. And in fact, he's known for the Jesse White Tumblers, which was a after-school program for a lot of black kids. And it really helped a lot of kids with like an after-school program. And it gave a lot of kids things to do outside of school. And he's an amazing guy. And J.B. Pritzker was on the phone with Rob Blagojevich telling him, Jesse White's the least offensive black guy you could put in as senator. Wow. But he gets a pass. The least offensive. That's how he ranks black politicians. The least offensive. What? He's a pile of shit, that guy. J.B. Pritzker is a pile of shit. Literally. You cut his skin open, shit's going to come tumbling out. Like Mr. Oogie Boogie on Nightmare Before Christmas. A big sack of bugs and garbage. Jesse White? He was the Maytag repairman, was he? I didn't know. Ain't their fault their folks went to college. It's just funny. Just pointing out things. Yep. Jesse White was legit. Yeah, he was. And it's rare. I mean, it's like it wasn't like until years and years later that I look back. I'm like, Jesse White, man. Either he was super good at keeping all of his skeletons safely in the closet, or he just doesn't get into that garbage, you know? And that's the thing. So Rob Blagojevich had a golden opportunity. When Barack Obama left the Senate to run for president, Blagojevich could appoint the interim senator. He could just appoint the person. So he's like, I have a golden opportunity here. That's what got Blagojevich sent to prison, because he was exchanging this placement for profit for himself and his family. So he was trading, but it's all corrupt politicians. They all do it. It's horse trading. And he actually said, like, I don't know why I went to jail for it. Everybody does it. So he was on the phone with J.B. Pritzker talking about, well, we have to put a black man in that spot because we have to keep that balance, and, you know, people elected a black man, so we're going to have to put another black man in there. And that's why they were talking about who's the least offensive. Wow. He's the least offensive. It curdles your blood. And again, that gets at, well, if you got my newsletter, identity politics and just looking at what people are instead of who they are. And anyway, Jesse White heard about it, and he's just like, I didn't want to be senator anyway. He was happy as Secretary of State. He was doing good work. He's just a nice guy. I don't want my blood to boil. This Jesse has a stain on his tighty whities. Yep, I voted for several of those criminal jerks. I know. And it's hard. It's tough. You don't have a choice. In fact, if I think you voted for their competition, they're just going to shredder. You can hear it when you vote. Oh, you didn't vote for this guy? Blago was nothing compared to Mike Madigan. No, Mike Madigan. Well, in fact, I didn't know we were going to talk about Illinois politicians. We won't talk too long about it, but Mike Madigan was, he controlled whatever, the Illinois Senate whatever it was, for like 40 years. And I think he was Blagojevich's, he hated Blagojevich. He's the whole reason Blagojevich went to jail. Because Blagojevich was in the right party. He was a Democrat, so he got afforded those protections. But he ran afoul of his father-in-law, Dick Mel, who got Madigan to just like, hey, Rod Blagojevich is a, we can put him out to dry. And so they did. And it's because he lost the protections of Mike Madigan. But Mike Madigan was crooked AF, man. And he just retired gracefully after 40 years of fleecing the people of Illinois. You wonder why your taxes are so high in Illinois? You're paying for corruption at the highest level. Your newsletter was fire. I read it twice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, Illinois politics, time to bail. Have a good... Sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. He doesn't like KISS. He doesn't like Illinois politicians or politics. He probably doesn't want to hear about Paul Stanley running for any office. See you next week, Mark. Harold Washington. Later, Mark. Yeah, Harold Washington wasn't involved in any scandals that I know other than... somebody painted a picture of him. He had a reputation. But that was a personal thing. I don't know. He's never had any victims. What a dumpster fire. And rap. And rap. He doesn't like rap. You're right. Mark does not like rap, Illinois politics, or KISS. If KISS ever wrote a rap song about a politician, he'd probably be awfully pissed off. So we talked about, let's see what we talked about. SST, we talked about Chiz, talked about Subpress. Show and tell for Godfather. I showed you the Nick Roberts Crystal Lake thing. We had a lot of lags along the way. But currently I am reading this one, Providence Rider. I'm almost done with it. It is book number 4 in the Matthew Corbett series. Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. told me it was probably the worst book in this series, and I can see why that could be the case. I have some problems with it. Ultimately, it is a lot of fun. I was going to respond to your newsletter, but it would have turned into this rant about the hypocrisy and apathy of so much of the horror writing community, so I bought my lip. Chad, sometimes that's what happens. Too much tries to come out the door at once, and you're just like, you know what? I'm going to go hang a barn door. And then you get mad at that. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to drink a Polish beer. And then the Polish beer sucks. And then you realize universe doesn't want you to have any relief. No. The universe is just going to close in on every side. Someone has to mention what Judas Priest accomplished. What did they do? Now I want to see this. What? Now I want to see this rant, Christopher Bowers. Wait, what Christopher? What did Christopher Bowers say about a rant? I didn't see. Where did he say it? I hate not knowing and scrolling back. I do that. And sometimes, honestly, I don't think it loads right. Jeff, how does that edition hold up? I'm scared to read the paperbacks. Oh, I know. Chad Lutsky. Yeah, I would like to see Chad's rant as well. I'd like to see him unleash. Chad seems like a mellow. You seem like a mellow dude. You seem like an easygoing guy. For you to get your blood boiling on anything, I would have to side with you because I know people with long fuses, when they go off, it's usually for a very good reason. Very good reason. But talking about this, it is rough. I do worry about bending and peeling the thing. When I read it, I swear, like I hold it like this. You see that? Like my fingers are holding the bulk of the pages. It's silly to give instruction, but obviously you guys know the struggle, and I don't want to peel this. So I hold it where I rest it like this. I don't know if you could see my hands like that, and I hold it like this. And I don't hold it like this. I try not to hold it like this, because if your finger is pushing up against that edge, you're going to start peeling that lip off. I know. This is why I like hardcovers, but the only edition I have of that is this one, this paperback. They're beautiful. Oh man, I bite my tongue every day. Oh my God. First metal band to ever release albums 50 years apart. Judas Priest's new album, man. I got Pandora, and they play, I have it set to my certain tastes, and they've been playing the new Priest. It's amazing, man. Rob Halford, he is a metal god. I don't know if it's studio magic. I don't know how he sounds live. I don't know if he has the stamina to do a 2-hour show. But man, it's like, and rest in peace, Toby Keith, by the way, because I'm about to quote Toby Keith. But as Toby Keith once said, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And maybe that's where Rob Halford is. He's not as good as he once was, but man, when you get him live and he has enough time to prepare, he can nail it. He did in the studio for that album. Amazing. Metal god. Yes, don't break the spine. Oh my God, no. Yeah, the Levidians ones are too nice. It's important to stretch and relax the spines on hardcover. It is. Yeah. You can't bend the pages of a Kindle. I know. It's a trade-off, man. It is a trade-off. Going to see Judas Priest in Atlanta in May. Oh, excuse me. Really? Very cool, man. Very cool. I didn't know about it. I don't fly in Atlanta. Like Zachary was saying, I would drive. A 2-hour road trip is like nothing. So it doesn't bother me. Victim of changes for life. Oh my God. What was their song? Oh my God. It has the word cold in it. It's my favorite Priest song, and I am going blank, but it has the word cold in it. Cold. Oh my God. What was the name of that song? The new Ace Frehley isn't bad. Oh, you know what kills? Oh, the new Kerry King, man. Did you hear the new Kerry King? He started a new band, and he's got the singer, I think, from Death Angel. Oh man, that Kerry King is like it's a Slayer, man. It's Slayer. What is that Judas Priest song? Cold Blooded? No, it's not Cold Blooded. It's like Judas Priest. Cold. Out in the Cold. That is it. Out in the Cold. Oh, I love that song. What do we got? Do we got it? Can I listen to it?
At Metro, get a new iPhone 12 with 5G.
Boy. Take amazing pictures and share instantly.
You don't take yada yada in life? Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get a new iPhone 12 with 5G for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
Here it is. Oh, it's taking forever to get to it. It's live. Oh, it's live. I just don't think the sound quality is going to be worth a damn, so I'm going to cut it off. But yeah, I love Out in the Cold. One of my favorite Priest songs. So yes, I was going to talk about this book. Okay, so what's frustrating me about this book is that, and I realized this is a theme in a lot of these books, so it's making me reflect negatively on, sounded clear to me, but I don't want you to get canceled, yeah. The first 4 Judas Priest albums are life-changing. You're damn right, David. Damn right. But so it made me reflect on Mr. Slaughter, and I realized that there's something about the Matthew Corbett series that is starting to piss me off a little bit. I still love the book. This is a wild book. I really like it. I'll probably give it 4 stars. But Matthew Corbett can't save himself. Whenever he gets in a bind, some other MFer's got to come in and save him. And it's getting really annoying. Like, he can't fight his way out of anything. And so he gets in several scrapes and scrapes in this book. And so far in this book, that I just off the top of my head, 3 times someone else has had to save him. And it's like right at the right time. It's like it's a God machine, you know? It's like coming in, it cheats the story. You're like, do you have any agency at all? You're a problem solver. It's a dangerous trade. Can you take care of business? Maybe he will later. Maybe the series really clicks along. But in this book, 3 times he's been saved. And not to be sexist, but twice he's, well, no, it's not in a fight. Well, one is in a fight. But, you know, women are saving him. Which is a fun twist on the action hero trope. Because, yes, I mean, what the one woman does is pretty amazing. And it's cool in itself. So that doesn't bother me, but it's all that he needs somebody to bail him out every single goddamn time. It's like, well, then give me a story about Walker in Two Worlds. Give me a story about these people. They're taking care of shit. Hope it gets better. But who's going to save me from this Jeff Your Shelf Live? I don't think anybody can. Matthew Corbett is I can't, the stupid heart emoji is blocking your sentence, Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr. So I got to wait till somebody comments and bumps it up a notch. So I could read it, actually. It's so annoying. So Matthew Corbett is less historical than Pink Panther. That is funny. Is a less funny historical Pink Panther. That's funny. I appreciate that, Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr. Yeah, he's got to get some grit, or he's got to hand it over to someone else, man. Bump, loop, bump. Oh, thank you for bumping. Thank you. You guys are bumping. Bump means doing a little bit of coke. I just, to be clear, you're not talking about that bump. Bump to the Electric Boogaloo. So I made it to 10:07 or 9:07 or whatever 07 where you're at. It's actually 9:07 with daylight savings time. So what if there's a story about daylight savings Tim, and he goes and he saves the sun somehow because he's Matthew Corbett, and he gets launched up there by Walker in Two Worlds. You are funnier than when Jeff reads your jokes. Yeah, I don't deliver. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to cut it. And maybe the gods next week will be more favorable to my stream. But remember, next week, everybody gets a free stream next week because of the way tonight went. Jeff needs to be rescued from a joke like Matt Corbett needs rescuing from cannibalistic hotel owners. Tim saving the sun. That's called real life. Bump, bump. Love it. Love it. That is Tim Bedwell, to be clear, could save the sun. So I'm gonna cut it like a bobbit. We're gonna get going. We're gonna go about our days. There was something that I didn't share. Oh, yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Forget it. Forget that. That's stupid. But we're calling a night. So good night, everyone. Thank you for being here and putting up with all my nonsense and the internet's nonsense. And I don't know, maybe my days of screen sharing are numbered. We'll see. But until then, have a book, have a beer, and stay frosty.